Wow, that is a very young age to have the responsibility of caring for a whole another human being. So tell me, how was okay? First, was the baby planned?
No,
She was not planned.
no.
But what made you want to say like, okay, this is a baby growing inside of me, and I'm going to keep her, or you didn't know it was her?
Well, I always kind of said, like, when I was younger, like, I wanted to be like my mother. So I always wanted two girls.
Mhm.
So when I did find out I was pregnant, I was scared. I told my older sisters, and I knew that they could keep a secret.
Mhm.
So I told them, and I was like, well, maybe when I get myself together, I'm going to tell mommy that I'm pregnant.
Mhm.
But before I can tell my mother, she already had knew.
Ah.
So she kind of talked to me and let me know, like, whatever I wanted to do, like, she would support me.
Right.
So I was kind of, I had that backbone, like, I know my mother going to be there for me.
Mhm.
And then I was kind of just scared to get an abortion. So once I had my mother to tell me that I can do it and I can have this child and I'm still going to be able to finish school,
Mhm.
I did it.
Mhm.
And when she came out, when I went in labor, I watched her come out. I was happy. When I seen my baby girl, like, I was real happy. Like, so that's something, like, I really experienced. Like, now, she's about to be 10. Like, that's my best friend. When I cry, she be right there. Mine is going to be okay. She rubbing my back. She wiping my tears. That's my best friend.
Oh, okay. So at the age of 16, how did your friends, view you, or did you see a change in anyone that you grew up with, or?
All my friends was there. It was all a L child. Whenever they wanted to go out, they took my daughter with them. Which, you need to ride to school? I'm on my way. Deasia okay? Every day or every weekend, they was dropping clothes off for my daughter. To this day, on September the 10th, all my friends text me with picture messages for Deasia. Happy birthday, Deasia. We went up her school this year, took her ice cream and cake, and all of them was there. So they still is a real good support.
So do any day have you ever thought of, okay, this is too much, probably made the wrong decision?
I never really felt that until in January I lost my job, and I thought that I couldn't do it for my kids no more. Like, that was my career job. Like, that's something I really wanted to do. And when I sat there and I cried and I broke down and I called Erica and I talked to her, she was like, she convinced me, like, wait, you can do it. Like, this is something that I know you can do. You've been doing it this long. Like, you're going to be able to do it. And when I talked to my mother and she said the same thing, and when I cried and I seen that I had two little girls sitting right beside me that looked up to me and was like, Mom, we going to get through this together, I knew I could do it. 2 weeks later, I had a whole nother job.
All right, I think we need to clap it up. Wow, that is so impressive. That is so impressive. So having a child, oh my God, I'm tearing up. Having a child at 16, how has that changed you or matured you at that age? Like, were you before that, running around? Were you a bad kid, a bad teen? How has
Before I had my daughter, I was a normal child, did what I was supposed to do, went to school all the time. Once I found out I got pregnant, her father graduated from school. It was no way that I wasn't going to graduate from school. I never went to a pregnant school. I stayed in Maryville, graduated from Maryville, and I just did exactly what I was supposed to do with her. Like, I never really felt like that I couldn't do it when I was pregnant with her. Like, it was good, and I never really got in trouble, actually, until I was about 5 months pregnant. Like, I fought, I still had a healthy baby, but other than that, like, I really did what I was supposed to do. And I'm not going to say that she did make me grow up, but she didn't make me a woman. Like, when I was 19 and I had my youngest daughter, Dior, that just turned 7, like, she made me really become a woman. Like, I got a career job. Once I had her, she was 4 months old, and I feel like that's when I really started changing. To this day, I gotta look back and be like, all right, these is my daughters. Like, I gotta do what I'm supposed to do for them. So they helped me out a lot.
Okay.
So if we ever ask your daughters, what do you think of your mother? What do you think they would say?
She crazy. I would think that's the first thing they would say. Like, "Mama's crazy," but they gonna always call me like I'm their best friend too. They tell you that, like, I can always call my mother.
So how do you establish that relationship, especially with them being so young? How do you get so close to them and make them understand the things that's going on? Like, how do you build that relationship with your children?
with my 9-year-old, it was kind of easy with her. Because she was like my little sister, really. She was like my dog baby. I dressed her up, picked clothes on her. So everything I went through, she was there. When I went to school, football games, basketball games, she was always there. And when I tell her something, I always be like, "Is you listening? This is you're gonna have to learn this in the long run, Deasia." So she always listened. Like for her to be 9, she had the mindset of probably a 15-year-old. So she really understands what I'm saying. And I just did the same thing with Dior. And everything I tell Deasia go back and tell Dior. So that's how I got them to really focus and really listen to everything I tell them.
So are both the girls' fathers in their life or same father?
Well, they don't have the same father. My oldest daughter, she goes see her father on the weekends. He still help, but I'm with Dior's father.
Okay. So how has your relationship changed with their fathers as far as, growing up and, if he matured more or you matured more and he kind of, stayed the same when you all were young, becoming parents. So how did that whole dynamic change?
I think with Deasia father, he still got a lot of growing up to do. Yeah, you take care of your daughter, but you do it when you want to do it. You like when you're a parent, like I can't never say, well, I don't feel like taking care of Deasia. Like sometimes you come around, no, you need to be in her life at all times. So he comes in and out, but I still tell her, you still have another father, like you have a stepfather that's going to be there for you regardless of what. With the old father, he's always been there. And I feel like they both had a lot to do, like a lot of growing up, because as men, like they grow slower than we do. Like I think I'm very more mature than both of them, to be honest. But with the old father, I'm still hanging in there with him.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing your interesting story. We're going to get back to that and learn a little bit more, get into your business a little bit. But we're going to go to a quick break here in the VIP room. Stay tuned.
Y'all got me in there about the crowd.
What is your name?
Whitley.
Whitley? Yeah, interesting story. But we have to make sure that we don't think we're promoting teen pregnancy. We make sure that we make that point.
Okay.
Right? Because she's fortunate, but most people don't like her. Right? So we got to make sure that we're not saying it's okay to go out and get pregnant, because you're going to be able to do that, because we make sure that people say, well, I'll listen to this radio show and they say it's okay. We got to make sure that at some point we talk about that. So, I'm not sure how you want to answer, but, what advice would she give to a person? The advice is not to get pregnant, right? That's the advice. So we have to make sure that we relay that message.
Okay.
You have an inspiring story, but at the end of the day, you got to make sure that we don't promote teen pregnancy.
Can I tell the truth? If I was doing this for you, then I have nothing left to prove. Nah, this for me though.